YouTube! Welcome back to another episode of the Valley Grammar. Today, we're working on some tires. We need some tires on the Fury. I got as much worth out of them as I possibly can. I'm down to bologna skins. Today's episode, we're going to show you how to change a tire. I know there's a lot of YouTube videos out there about how to change a tire. I'm just gonna give some general points, general tips, things you might know, things you did know. Anyway, if you learned something, anything at all, just leave a comment below. What we're gonna do, basics, is a tire change. So, you're gonna need a couple tools. You don't need all the tools, it just makes it easier. Number one, a tire balancer. Because if you don't have a straight balanced tire, you're gonna be riding down the highway, going all over the place. You don't want that. Nor do you want a death wobble. You know what I'm saying? You let go of the handlebars sometimes just to stretch or something, and then the bars go, you're gonna get tank slapped and you going down. Balancing is number one, so you're gonna need a tire balancer. It's not hard. You can get any one of these anywhere online. I'll put a link in the description below. The other thing I like to use too is some tire shields, so you don't mark up the paint in your rims. The dirt bikes, you don't really need these because, you know, they're either metal tires or whatever. If you have a trail bike, what difference does it make? You're in the woods, you're gonna get scratched up. But for a bike like this and, you know, chrome and whatnot for your rims or whatever you got, these are really nice to have. These will go in between a tire. I'll show you later how those work. Don't need it. If you can feel tightness for bolt, you can, but torque wrench takes all the guesswork out because you got pinch bolts on the front of the Fury. You want to be able to pinch those down, torque them down right the way you need it. 22 mil socket for the big side, and then the nut side is a 19, so yeah. So we can take the axle out. So pinch bolt, axle, slide that out, deflate the tire, take the tire off, put the new tire on, get it to the proper PSI, balance it, and you're ready to rip. And you're ready to rip! But the front tire and the back tire, same thing. You have a super bike, you got a Grom, dirt bike, you know, Shadow, whatever you got. You got a Cruiser, Tourer, whatever. These are fundamentals for all bikes, any bikes. You know, you can do that yourself. Otherwise, you can never mind any of this and just go down to your local shop and you can pay, you know, anywhere between probably $20 to $50 per tire to balance. But this equipment you can have for about $100. So say you do a new set of tires every year at $80, you know, $50 a piece, that's $100. You just saved 1 year. By the second year you do tires, all the tools pay for themselves and you're ready to rip, and it's kind of cool because you can mount and balance your own tire. All right? But that's it. It's simple. It's easy. Sometimes it's easy. Windex. You're going to need Windex. Oh, yeah. Windex will be your best friend. If you don't have Windex, you could use a little Joy, a little palm olive, a little soapy water. You want to get away with the friction. The rubber, it's hard to get on the rim sometimes. So you're going to all the way around that with some Windex. All right, you got that? You got all of that? All right, cut to the video. All right, what I want to do first is loosen up some of these pinch bolts. Get my tool. Again, already, we're starting this. I had everything laid out before I started the damn video. No, this one? No, it was a number 6. Got it, it was on the other side. All right. Number 6, righty tighty, lefty loosey. That's righty tighty, lefty loosey. Here we go. That was shockingly easy to take off. Yeah. Ooh, smashed my rim, smashed my rotor. Never took the front rim off the Fury before, but tire's a tire, right? You got your pinch bolts, you got your axle, you slide that shit out, and there you go. Bob's your uncle. So I got that squared away like that. A 19 mil socket. That's 22. 19, 22. Already tight, lefty loose, right? Ooh. I was wrong. This looks like the nut side. It is. How odd. What the hell? I'm used to the dirt bikes having the axle through the nut on the side. This is threaded on the inside axle. That's a little unique. So let me put this back in a little bit into those threads. I'm gonna give her a little love tap. Got my dead bro. Man, look at that. Ready? And boop. I use the grip here to grab it so the rubber don't mar all this up. Now it's long enough. I should be able to hold the rim here, right here, and lift up and pull the axle out. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, and down, huh? Ooh, look at that. I never really seen it like that. Usually it's all the way through like an axle nut, duh. But we got it out. Spacer here, spacer here. They're identical, so you can't mix them up. Go ahead, take your valve stem cap off, push your Schrader valve in. If you have a tire repair kit somewhere for your vehicle, usually they come with a little Schrader tool. If not, you can get these at anywhere, right by the register, at any of your parts stores or whatnot. Take the Schrader valve out. Schrader's out. What I'm gonna do is use the cardboard that the tire came in. Huh? Look at that. Perfect. Yay! I also forgot to mention, but tire irons. If you're gonna pinch, you could use flathead screwdrivers, like big ones. General rule of thumb, if the rim is a magnum, meaning it's one piece, like you're running mags, most likely it's tubeless. Spokes have tubes, spoke rims have tubes. That's just a general rule of thumb. You could have a solid rim with a tube, so don't always go by tubeless, okay? That may be right, may be wrong. Once you take your Schrader valve out, what you want to do is get the bead off the rim. If you take a look here, what you should do is you just get your weight on it, all right? For example, right here. See how that popped down like that? Let's go over here, pop down, pop down. All right. Once see now that's off the rim, like so. Once you hear the pop, you can now get your hand all the way around the rim. Get a little Windex up in there. Once you get the Windex in there, put your paddle in, take your tire iron, come all the way through, get the tire over the bead. Put your paddle in, go a little bit further down. Take one tire iron out. Pull out your paddle if you can. This is really on there. Now that see how you're coming off the lip? Now you grab your paddles. If it's pinched, that's okay. But get that on. Now it's the easy part, because you did the hard work, which is the first breaking of the bead off the rim. All right, just keep going all the way around. Get your paddle out. Keep working it. Keep working it around. One after the other. All the way around. Get your paddle out. Spin the tire. Put your paddle in. Just go over here now. Get your tire out. Boom, pop. Look at that. One shoe out. the other shoe out. If you ain't swearing now, you ain't doing it right. I'm gonna take this guard, slip it underneath the tire, like so. I'm gonna grab a tire iron. I'm gonna stick it through like so, get the lip on the other side. Hold down the guard, and you lift. Woo! Almost had it. Okay. Hey, yeah. Grab the other one. Yeah. Here we go. All the way around. Woo! O-T-O-O! Original tire officially off. Yeah. Oh. If you're doing it yourself and you're not swearing right about now, you ain't doing it right. But I'll tell you this, even though you mother effing this job, it's all we're wording. And you know what? Maybe it's worth it to you. Maybe you want to just say, hey, here's $100 to my front and rear tire, be done with it. But I'm cheap, I want more bike part money. That was kind of fun, even though you're getting pissed and it's not that easy. It's makes it worthwhile once you finally get around there. We're gonna take a moment away from the rim right now. We're gonna talk about tires. The Honda Fury front tire is a 90-90-21, and the rear tire is a 200/50. I'm running Bridgestone. I got Bridgestone Battle Axe on the back, and I'm doing a Bridgestone Battle Wing on the front. So I have originally had Metzler's on there, but I'm trying Bridgestone because it was really hard to find Metzler's. There seems to be like a tire shortage or something going around out there, which is a pain in the ass, but I finally got a pair of tires that I'm looking for. This bike is a 2015. The Metzler's are from 2014. It is now 2021. Has a long time with tires. You can start to see dry cracking and things like that. Compound of the rubber breaks down over time, whether or not the tread is good or not. So general rule, I think, is every 5 years, you know, change a set if you don't ride that often. But if you do ride often, it really doesn't make a difference to you. But as tires go, you see here, there's always a date code. The date code is going to be 4 numbers. 4 numbers. Let's take a look. I found it right here. That says 3120. 3120. The first 2 numbers stand for the week, and the last 2 numbers stand for the year. So this tire was manufactured September 2020, which is fine by us. All right, apart from the date code, you also need to pay attention to the direction of travel. See here? It says front use only, and the arrow is pointing this way, so the tire actually turns in this direction. Front and the rear tire will go in the opposite tread pattern. You would think it would go in the front, but not. The first tire is done in a specific way to push water out of the way. Your second tire will allow you to actually grip the road and go. So check your date code, check the tire rotation and the direction that they go. The other thing too is you'll tend to see a yellow or a red dot on your tire. The yellow dot specifies on the tire the lightest part. Now, machine processing is always different. It's never perfect. So right here, the yellow dot means that this point of the tire, it's the lightest in terms of weight. And that's very important for when balancing. So the lightest part is the yellow dot. What do you think the heaviest part of the rim is? I will tell you. The heaviest part of the rim is where the valve stem is. So when you're mounting tires, always make sure that the yellow dot is as close to your valve stem as possible. The red dot that would be on the rim stands for the tallest, the thickest, thick boy part of the tire. Tires aren't always perfectly round. They could be oblong, just the way the manufacturing is. So, review. Date code, make sure your tires are within 5 years or so. Yellow part of the dot, make sure that goes where the valve stem is, and you have the proper direction of your tire. Very important. That's that. There's your lesson in reading tires. We have the location of our valve stem. We have the location of our yellow dot. The rotor is on the left side, so the tire technically rotates this way. We want to make sure that the front use arrow is facing in the direction that the tire will be turning. And this is the hard part because it is a mother to get on this freaking rim. Again, Windex is your friend. I'm gonna go grab my handy dandy vice grip. That way the thing doesn't want to keep rolling around on me. Get through here, all the way around. Get your other paddle. Ooh-yah! Ooh-yah! All right. And again, you just slowly work all the way around in the tire, on the rim, and not. Now this is the part where it's gonna get a real pain in the ass because it's gonna get tight as shit. Ooh! Way to go! Buck your rim up. Oh, Dios mío! Oh my God! That's too much bite. I try to bite too much. Whoo! Woo-hoo-hoo. That slipped right through. Oy. You come up with some pretty creative ways. Looping your legs around and shit, trying to hold stuff down. Lube up your rim. As things are getting tight, if you need to lube your rim up, I'm gonna take my fingers and I push down as far as I can on the inner part of the bead. Get the first lip over the tires. And you got to be this far around. Now I only have from here to here to go. So I grab my little guard, get your clamp. If you got a clamp, just kind of help clamp it down. Grab your tire iron. Try to lift. Work your way around, hold it, beat it up.
1 hour later. Just kidding. I'm out though.
All right. Pull my iron out. Other iron out. Disengage my clamp. Pull out this. See how we did that? We got the first part around just like we did before. Now's a good opportunity to line up your yellow dot right here with the valve stem right here. So you can slide all the way around, get to around about there. Good. Get your good old pal's Windex. Get a little spray action all the way around the rim. This should be a lot easier now because we're already one step on. Hey, look at this. Look at that. Slide it out. Slide it around.
Look at that. Lamborghini Panawang. Sapphire blue.
And this one. Watch your other tire iron. It's loose. Pop that bitch up on there. Slide that right there. Pull this out right there. Hold that right there. Slide this around here. Wait. The wrong way. Slide this around. There we go. Put my paddle in. Put my paddle in over here. Probably start to take a little bit bigger bites. Ooh, yeah. Careful, careful. Ooh, yeah. Get my clamp. There we go. Slide this right here. This is where you're might have to lose your bucket because what you want to do is get your knee on it here and you can start from here. That way it doesn't top out on you. Clamp. Clamp over here. Woo! Woo! Fucking did it! It's on, bitch! How good was I? Check. Take a look, what's that? Yellow dot valve stem. Boy, we did it! Woo! We're on this. Now for the fun part. Put the Schrader valve back in, Windex all around the lip. We're gonna put some air on this, and we gotta put the bead on the rim. And it honestly sounds like gunshots. It goes pa-pa! But then the rim will be on. All we gotta do is strap it back together, and we done. You don't have to take the Schrader valve out. It's just easier to make sure you got all the air out. But make sure you don't cross thread this, because it's only little brass. Schrader valve is in. Now for the scary part, because if you're not prepared when you put air on this, when the bead actually goes onto the rim, it makes a pretty good pop sound. So we'll see how it goes. But first, I'm gonna grab my Windex. Second bead. If you have difficulty getting your rim on, what you can do is the old ratchet strap technique. Fucking stay on! Alright. Is putting a ratchet strap on the rim all the way around here, slipping it through, pulling off the excess. Now this is a trick that you can do to make sure the bead gets on the rim, so when you finally put in your air pressure here, it won't escape. That's one, and that's two. Take my strap off. You want to make sure, don't over inflating too much, but just enough. Give it a good bouncy. Make sure the bead is on the rim. Okay, snap, snap. What you want to do is use a little more Windex. You want to check for leaks. Check the Schrader valve. No bubbles. No bubbles coming around the outside. Flip over. Any bubbles? No bubbles. Our tire is good to go. Honda recommends that the front tire be 33 PSI. So just pull the air out. I'll go with 32. We got proper PSI-age. Now it's balancing time. At this point, what you should do is you want to wipe it dry, not because it's wet, but you can use the Windex to help clean the rim. See? Got a little schmutz on there. When you clean the rim, the weights, when we balance the tire, we'll have something, a nice clean surface area to stick to. This here is your balancing wheel. Now, you can go to Harbor Freight and get one, but that's kind of chintzy, you know what I mean? This is your life you're dealing with. I'm trying to balance something, so I go a little more money, better quality. Why I really like this one is because it has a float or a bubble, so you know when it's level. You want to find a solid area. It's easy to work on a workbench, but I got too much poopies on there, too much crap over there. But I got this one because you can turn the feet in order to get it level. So I got it pretty leveled the way that I want it. It's on a surface, it's not rattling. The bubble is right inside the middle of the sight. Let me show you. Like you can see the bubble. Another reason why I like this set is because of these. What you want to do is once you put the rim through, these cones slide in and help center the rim on the rod. You just take this little rubbery thing off. It's got a little set screw in here. You just loosen up the set screw, slide one end off on the other end here. Get yourself your rim. Let me turn the camera here so you can see what I'm doing. I like that right around there. Tighten this set screw down. All right, that ain't gonna move nowhere. Pull through the other end. Make sure you really slide this on there. Good. Take the set screw here, this one in. That's centered. That ain't moving. Put my valve stem on here. You want to get the rim the way it's going to be as you're riding it. So if you have whatever on there, make sure you get it on. you want to have the tire at least go 1 or 2 times around. This is the part that takes a little time because the tire itself needs to find its balance point. As it's spinning, the heaviest point will drag itself down to the bottom. We just gotta wait and see where it will end up. Round and round it goes. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. Now it's gonna go back and forth and the other way. Bridgestone Battle Wing, attacking them streets. Battling in the streets, tearing up them roads with my battle wings and my rear tire battle axe. I'm not showing the rear tire because the front tire is the same exact thing, and you don't need to see me put on 2 different tires. It's the same concept for any tire, for any make, any model, so on and so forth. All right, it looks like we are finding the heaviest part on the bottom. But while that's doing its thing, you go ahead and get yourself your weights. Before you stick these on, because we're going to be adding and subtracting, I like to get a little tape, because the tape is light. All right. The heaviest point now, because the rim isn't moving, is on the bottom. So, the lightest point, naturally, on the top. I'm going to take the weights, and I'm going to tape them to the rim, like this. Oh, my weights! God damn it! Yeah. Tape. Weights on the tape, right here. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the tire, you can either put it 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock, and we're gonna see where it will go. So once it's there, do its thing. We need more weight. Ideally, once you put the weight on there, it should not move. So here's 3 weights. Back on the rim, position, let go. That looks pretty good. It's not moving. Let's do the other side. That's pretty damn good. I like that a lot.
I like it a lot.
Remove our tape here. I'm going to remove the rim. Where the weights are, make a Sharpie dot on either side. So now I know right where the weights have to be in between. I can then take this off, obviously. Find where I put the 2 dots. We got ourselves a balanced tire. Now what we gonna do is we gonna go ahead and put it all back together. Now what you can do too is you get a little black tape, something over the top so you don't really notice it. But I'm gonna leave it here the way it is now. I'll do that later on. Okay. All right. Now the easy part, put it back together. Now, turns out the axle has a stopping point here. So what you need to do is go ahead, get your bearings again, put them on each side, like yay. Kind of get your axle in there. Now if you didn't touch the brakes, the pad should still stay open and the rotor should slip right back in between the pads. Almost up there. Here. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. Yeah. Yep. There you go. One more bearing. Come on. Why you do this? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Get a little up tap. Bam. Whoa. Come on yonder. Put this in. Okay, so I've got 43 foot-pounds of torque listed for the front axle pitch. The front axle itself, 43. 1, 2. Okay. And now I've got 19 foot-pounds for the axle pinch point. So let's go back down to 19. Now when it comes to pinch bolts, you want to do every other one. Just because you tightened one down to spec does not mean the other one is at correct pounds. This is what I mean. 19, hey? 2 clicks, that's 19. Now do the inner one. All right, now let's go back to the outer one and let's see how many more clicks it moves. It was just a little bit more. And when I first took this off, they were pretty loose. If you remember the beginning of the episode, the outer ones were pretty loose. So whoever might have did this on the tire, obviously might not have known that. 2 clicks, 19, let's go back. 19, it's a whole extra 1/8 a turn. Let's try here. All right, that's it, woohoo! Our front freaking tires on the bike and we ready to freaking rip, dude, rip! Hope you enjoyed that episode. It's like freaking late at night. I kept getting distracted. It's hot as balls up here in this garage in the middle of the summertime. Anyway, that's it, boys. We're all set. Front tire's on. I did the rear tire earlier. I got my battle wang on the front. I got my battle axe in the back. I hope that helps somebody. Yeah, I had fun doing it. If you have any questions, type down below in the comments. I'll get back to you best as I can. I mean, maybe next video we'll go ahead and we'll test these tires out. We'll go for a quick ride next Sunday. You know, I like to do a video every Sunday and we'll go for a quick ride and we'll test out these new tires. I haven't had these before, so we're gonna see what happens. But other than that, we Gucci. All right, if you want to see more Fury content, I got the Fury playlist right here. You want to see another random video right here? Also, hit that bell button. Peace!